Hello, I'm Anthony, and this is Man and We're AB Adventures. Today we're going to be talking about how to... But seriously, can I do the hello?
Yes.
Hello!
I'm Amanda.
And I'm Anthony.
And we are AB Adventures.
And like we said today, we were talking about
10 ways
to be considerate in the parks.
So anyway, stick around. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. Alright guys, welcome back. Like we said today, we're talking about 10 ways to be considerate in the Disney parks, both to fellow guests and to cast members.
Yep.
So our number one is, please bring your patience. There's going to be a lot of things that are, the lines are going to move slow, or your food may not come as quickly as you hope.
Doesn't meet expectations.
Right.
Be ready for that. Be ready for those different things to happen, and then when they do, then you're ready for giving a little bit of extra grace and patience to people, because it happens. It happens, and that's just the way it is.
Disney does their best to create a magical environment, but I mean, things do happen, so just be patient.
Yep. So number two that we have is to preserve the magic, or don't spoil the magic. And this one, we really appreciate this, because whenever you're going through a ride or doing something that's kind of in a closed space where you can kind of hear everybody, and somebody comes in and ruins the whole thing by telling you a spoiler, or talks through the whole atmosphere and telling you all of these things. Sure, it's one thing to kind of lean over and whisper to somebody, but just to talk, it kind of ruins the whole thing. And I'm sure I've done this before because I like my history and trivia and all that.
So, good example, Haunted Mansion. If you're in the Haunted Mansion in that first room and you're talking and, just disregarding everything, quiet down so that others can enjoy the show.
Yeah, because they may have never seen that before, and you may have ruined the whole experience that was their first time doing that, even if you've been there hundreds of times. So that's our number two.
So along the lines of keeping the magic magical and not spoiling the magic, keep the dark rides dark. Don't use flash photography on rides like Peter Pan, Winnie the Pooh. It ruins the illusion, it ruins the magic of those dark rides. So that's a specific way you can keep things magical.
Yeah, and another thing that I've seen people do, and a lot of times people want to film while they're riding the ride, and I've seen people request to actually be in the back so that there aren't people behind them, and that's really considerate, because for the video you kind of do want to be in the front, like you do, but then everybody behind you can see everything that you're filming. So either keep the video really close to yourself so that nobody else can see it, or ask to sit in the back, because you can still get that video. It's just a matter of who else is able to see that really bright screen that you've got on your camera from that. So just keep the dark rides dark. All right, the next one that we have, number 4, is when you're walking down Main Street specifically. I feel like people just kind of lose idea of where they are, but it's one road. There's a lot of people walking down that one road, and everybody stops and wants to take a picture of the castle.
Very
or
tempting.
or they don't know where they are, and so they pull out their map, and then you stopped and people behind you are walking at normal pace and they bump into you. So it happens a lot, so just be considerate of where you are, and maybe just step to the side so that other people can keep walking and they don't unexpectedly bump into you because they didn't know we were going to stop, and we don't have brake lights behind us. So just keep that in mind, and maybe step to the side and check your map, do whatever you need to do, and then you can get back into the flow of traffic and keep going.
Especially some of those narrower walkways or sidewalks. It's just hard.
Sunset Boulevard is one.
All right, number 5 is if you're at a quick service restaurant where they've got, you can go up to the counter and get your food, and they've got tables around. Don't hold a table while someone else is ordering.
We've done this before.
Yeah, and we're guilty of this one.
Because there's a lot of people. You think, I want to go hold the table just to make sure that I have one, and...
But what others have pointed out is that another family could sit at that table and eat their meal while you're getting your food. Like, they could be sit down and then leave.
Span of time. Disney has thought this through on how many tables that they need for that span of time that people typically eat. And so they have enough, and yet when you hold a table, it kind of messes up that system a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's
something that we've learned since our last trip. We'll be doing that next time.
All right, so number 6 is leaving a note or even a tip at your hotel for housekeeping, because they do a lot of work and they do it very quickly. I never realized how long they have, or how short they have, to clean these rooms, to keep them really nice, and they have really high standards in how to do that and how to keep it really well done. So it goes a long way to leave a really nice note and just say that you noticed that, leave a tip, and you can even do that for people outside of housekeeping too, but that's a really big one to do that for. So that's our tip number 6.
Yes. All right, so number 7, guys. If you see a family and they're trying to, you've seen it, the awkward selfie pose, and they're not getting it. The dad's trying to do it,
or not doing selfies, and you just see the whole family taking a picture, and one person is out of the picture because they're taking it.
Just offer to take a picture for them. It'll take a few minutes, a few seconds. For you to grab their phone or whatever and take a picture, and that's just really helpful. We've really appreciated it.
The thing with that, though, is that we are in a pandemic right now, and some people might not appreciate that right now, and maybe you don't even want to do it right now because of that. But keep that in mind for the future, that people may have certain people missing out of their pictures because they didn't have somebody helping them.
Yeah, it's just a nice thing to do for another family.
Yep. All right, and number 8 is don't ask for extras. Disney is kind of known for giving people a little extra pixie dust or magic throughout their trip. Maybe you had something happen that kind of spoiled it a little bit, made it sad, and usually people will try to fix that. And so Disney is really good at watching out for that stuff, but it's also known that Disney does that, and some people have kind of taken advantage of that and said, well, we deserve this, can't you do this for me? Those kinds of things, and it doesn't go very far when you ask for it.
Right.
It's not the best way to kind of present yourself to them too. So just let them do their job in the fact that they are watching.
Yes, just trust.
Faith,
trust for pixie dust.
Yeah, so don't think that Disney isn't going to catch those kinds of things, and they will make it magical for you, so you don't need to ask.
Okay guys, number 9, be prepared. All right, so there's a lot of places where you're waiting in a line, or you're going through a checkpoint, like a security checkpoint, or like a fast pass, scanning magic band. Be prepared for those checkpoints. We realize this is, this can be difficult with small kids, or if you're looking around a stroller.
Right.
But they're going, just be prepared that at a security checkpoint, they're going to want to look in your bag. So, if you can have it open and ready for them to look at. When you're scanning into the park or scanning in for a fast pass, have your magic band ready. We know that some people don't like to wear them on their wrists. They might just carry them around in their bag. So have that out, have that ready. It goes along with the principle of not holding things up.
Sometimes it's all you could do to just get to the park with your kids. Like, you did that, and we get that. We want to respect that. But at the same time, if you are able to think a little bit ahead, even as a couple, like just the two of us, I mean, we could be chit-chatting, and then you get up there and, we had to
we gotta dig everything out.
And we're holding up the lines. So just those kinds of things. Just think a little bit ahead. Yeah. All right, so our last one, number 10, is to listen to the direction of the cast members. Yeah. Now, this kind of ties into a couple of different ones that we've talked about before, but cast members are trained to do what they need to do at the parks to be able to make it run smoothly and for everybody to have a good time. And they know what that entails and what that takes. And so if they're asking you to do something, even if it doesn't really make sense, even if it's a little bit extra for you to do, they know what they're trying to do, and they're trying to make it good for everybody. So listen to them, respect them.
And not just have a fun or a good time, but that it's safe. They want it to be fun and safe and magical. And so, they're doing what they can to make it that way.
Right.
So just listen to what they're saying.
Right. And they do want to make it easier for you. So if they're making it harder, they've thought through they don't want to make it harder for you. So they're not like enjoying you having a harder time. Yeah. So just think about those things and respect them and listen. So that's it.
Those are our 10 ways to be considerate in the parks.
Yep. So be sure to like and subscribe so you can see more of these. We've got some history videos coming out, some different trivia ones, educational, some fun ones. So yeah.
And go over to our Facebook page, like AB Adventures on Facebook, because we do a live every month, which is our Disney Night In. We do all kinds of contests, chance to win prizes, get to learn a little more about us, just, you know, spend a Disney night in.
And we want to learn about you too.
Yeah,
we really appreciate
absolutely.
you guys watching our videos. So leave a comment below and let us know what your favorite way is to be considerate, to think about other people at the parks. We really appreciate and like creating that kind of atmosphere. So
And especially if you're a cast member, let us know,
Yes.
you know, how we can make it better for you guys.
Yep. So thank you guys so much again, and we will see you all on the flip flop.
So long.